Hey y'all! It's your mayor, Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dalton and we about to get our skate on.
People on the internet and in her own community have been calling her the most corrupt mayor in America, and here are some of the things she's been accused of. Stripping business licenses away from people that don't contribute to her charity, pay-for-play kickbacks and bribes, taking lavish first-class trips on the taxpayer dime, making the city pay for her own personal ice skating rink, using the taxpayer money as a marketing budget for self-promotion for things like 122 billboards with her face on it, and using tens of thousands of taxpayer money dollars per month to hire a PR firm that's designed to clean up her image.
South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard has lost another key ally. Until recently, Henyard enjoyed near unanimous support on the Thornton Township Board, but now trustee Carmen Carlisle says after trusting Henyard and remaining silent, she will be a whistleblower against Henyard.
Tiffany Henyard is known as the most corrupt mayor in America, and the title is certainly well earned. Seriously, looking into the things she has done makes you wonder how she got so far without getting thrown into a jail cell. Fortunately, we're not alone in this opinion, and Tiffany Henyard is adamant on bringing justice. Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, is under fire right now, and it looks like things are finally heading to an end for her. Tiffany, like countless other authority figures, is making rounds on social media for abuse of power and corruption. Dalton, a small town already under debt, was unfortunate enough to have Tiffany running it. The super mayor burned thousands of money on parties and luxurious travels and an unapproved ice rink the town couldn't dream of affording. Two attorneys for Dalton trustees, Bert Odelson and Michael McGrath, recounted the gross mismanagement by Tiffany Henyard in an interview with News Channel. The mayor is certainly not content to go Don without a fight, though it's obvious from the statements made by her and her lawyer that they're fighting a losing battle. After all, the evidence is against her, the people are against her, the media is against her, and she is yet to provide any actual proof that she isn't guilty. All her lawyer seems to be able to talk about is her security. While talking to a News Channel reporter, he mentioned that she was put at risk when her security detail was removed. While people don't seem to buy it, at least he has acting police chief Lewis Lacey on his side, or had, considering he too is under investigation for bankruptcy. You wonder why she'd even bother defending herself. There is no lawyer in the world that can undo the knowledge that has already been given to the public. Town residents want their money back, they want to know where it went and why nobody stopped her when she used it to buy cars and go on vacations.
You're not going to understand until they put those cuffs on you. You're not going to understand it. You don't care. But baby, they on to you.
It is a shame that we, the public, can't ask you anything about the BMWs, the Range Rovers, all of that. It's like you're keeping all of that hidden from the taxpayers, and we pay for those.
You guys are following fiction, a made-up story. It is a smear campaign going on right now.
People are shocked with how daring she has been. It's like she was sure the law wouldn't catch her spending that didn't belong to her left and right. Even the trustees had no words when the numbers were put in front of them.
$40,000 at Amazon. What a slap in the face to everybody that reside in 60419 zip code.
We have to find a way to rid our village of that malevolent administration that we now live in.
The trustees decided it was best for Lori Lightfoot, Chicago's former mayor, to continue investigating Tiffany. It seems like people trust her to bring justice. Henyard, on the other hand, seemed offended that she was being investigated by anybody other than the FBI. She said that there was no need for Lori to be paid to investigate when it wasn't her job.
Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot was there.
Okay, nobody gonna speak. We gonna clear the room in a minute.
Briefly addressing residents before her mic was shut off.
Okay. Even though they turned the mics off, we will continue working on behalf of the residents of Dalton, and we will give you the facts that you deserve.
Why would we pay anybody any money if y'all have the actual people, meaning the FBI's here? So why would we waste money?
Lori is taking her job seriously though, and Henyard stands no chance against her. She has already revealed countless things, including the fact that there are missing documents that are mandated by state law, but are yet to be submitted by the mayor.
Are mandated under state law that the village reports to the comptroller of the state each fiscal year. Two documents that we're going to talk specifically about are the annual financial report, and you see the citation there, it's a state law, and the audited financial statements. The village has not, and let me repeat that, the village has not complied with these statutory requirements since fiscal year 2021. There's no annual financial report available after 2021, and no audited financial statements after 2021. So what that means is the information that we're providing you has not been thoroughly audited by a CPA, but we do have information coming from an entity that essentially serves as the finance department of the village.
Not much of a surprise, really. After all, we already have this video of her celebrating the making of her personal ice skating rink. And while this would have been quite the moment if this had been her own money and success, the rink was made by people's taxes, who are already struggling from day-to-day life without her bullshit.
Hey y'all! It's your mayor, Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dalton and we about to get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees said no, look what God did.
And of course, that isn't the only thing she used taxpayer funds for. A former employee revealed that she has been spending thousands of dollars on vacations and going on luxurious travel trips.
Things that stand out, obviously, are the travel. I mean, it's huge. About 2 trips a month, 3 to 6 days for every trip. I would say 95% of them are unrelated to the township. You know, she went to Portland, Oregon for some conference called the Her Voice, like a women empower leading other women to God. Anybody who knows when you're using taxpayer funds, when you start putting religion into it, it's a touchy situation because you govern in the township 190,000 voters. Not all of them believe the same thing you do.
How is she living when she goes on these trips?
It's outside of her own pay scale. That's how she's living. She's not living a $300,000 a year life like she's making. She's living a $1 million life because she's keeping her money and spending ours. You get a $600 per day per diem. You don't turn in receipts for those.
Which is very generous per diem.
You shouldn't be swiping the credit card for anything, ma'am. Why do I see all of your meals on here? Why do I see your hotels on here?
What kind of hotels is she staying at? Is it fancy?
Yeah, Hyatt, Hilton's, Four Seasons.
Four Seasons?
Oh yeah, you name it. Just the best of everything for her. Flying first class to Las Vegas. Her and Keith Freeman. I know the news didn't say that. He put out her $3,700 flight for herself.
She bought a $3,700 flight to Las Vegas?
But Keith Freeman's flight was the same amount. Her and Carmen Carlisle had, you know, $1,600 flight to Atlanta.
As if that wasn't enough, she's adamant on rubbing her money and power on their faces. It has gotten to the point that local residents are continuously complaining about her face being plastered on every billboard in town.
Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
She's a villain. She really don't be doing nothing for us. She tried to make a big show, a big act, but she's not doing stuff that really needs to be done.
We heard that the FBI is in town looking into her.
They are.
What is she allegedly guilty of, do you think?
Stealing that money. Because you know her family work with her. Most likely she's stealing money and giving it to her family and using it for herself instead of giving it to the people that actually need it. And she be having her names all on the trucks and stuff. Like, it be everywhere.
Tiffany continues to deny all allegations against her and speak to people like they're in the wrong. She has mentioned countless times that they've fallen for lies and manipulation, even though it was her who posted all the required evidence on social media.
I'd like to ask that question. I don't know if this is the time frame to do it.
Can you please state your name?
Janelle Taylor. I have heard, I've not seen for myself, I don't know, that there is what I would consider a rogue vehicle being paid for by the township, a luxury BMW. And I want to know, was that budgeted last year? And is it in the 2025 budget? And who is it for? And what does that person actually do for the village? That he or she needs that kind of vehicle.
Hello, yeah.
All right, is that it? Are you done? Are you done?
Residents are clearly sick and tired of her, and it's gotten to the point that nothing she says holds a speck of value for them. Take this video, for instance, where they left while she was speaking, and the mess even resulted in a small-scale protest.
Get the door, something like a fence.
No, I'm gonna let y'all out. Let you out.
Power to the people. Power to the president. They don't run nothing. Say you gonna do something, but you don't do it. If I can't, I can't. They ain't seen you in a long time.
Tiffany insists that her huge security detail is warranted in a town of just around 20,000 people. Former top police officer who argued against this was fired by her. The former police officer revealed that Dalton is suffering from a lack of police officers on the streets, which has caused a large uptick in crime, while Tiffany is using a large number of police officers as errand men and drivers and paying them huge amounts of money on overtime using taxpayer funds.
So your critics say that you have a significant security detail. First of all, how large is your police department in Dalton, and what is your security detail?
So we have about 45 officers in our village. My security is warranted due to the fact of threats and things of that nature, but what people are not stating is it's in our CBA. That's our collective bargaining agreement. That's our union contract. So it comes with the seat. That's what people are not saying. I didn't make this up. I didn't just create this and say, I want security.
Lori backed this claim by revealing her own evidence regarding these officers being paid an insane amount of money for overtime. One of these men wasn't even eligible for it, but there was nothing that could be done to stop her at that time, at least.
We wanted to highlight for you, particularly given overtime, what we saw as two outliers in officers. Officer Terry Young and Officer William Green. Both of these individuals in the last 2 years have earned more in overtime than their base compensation. And you can see these numbers here. Officer Terry Young in FY 2023 earned $194,290 total, given the base salary and the overtime. And then in FY 2024, that increased to $227,351, combining the base salary and the overtime. Officer Reed for FY 2023 had a total earnings of $145,450, and officer, and in FY 2024, $192,732.
Lori Lightfoot in her presentation showed how the general fund balance has gone from positive into the negatives under the tenure of Tiffany Henyard.
Next you can see is a graphic that depicts where we started as of April, where the village started as of April of 22 with positive of $5.6 million in the general fund, and where we are as of May of 2024, which is a negative $3.65 million.
Yes. Just kind of as a summary now, just quick numbers on a 2-year span. That we're talking about a $9 million swing or $9 million of deficit over that course of time. Would I be accurate?
She even revealed credit card purchases on companies like Amazon, Best Buy and stuff. The crowd was so shocked that some started laughing due to disbelief.
We want to highlight a couple of credit card purchases. You're having the same reaction that we did when we saw it. So in particular, we were very concerned to see the top 3 purchases that were highlighted for you that were booked on January 5th of 2023. That's roughly $40,000, a little more than that, in credit card purchases on Amazon in the same day. And our understanding is that the village does not have an Amazon account. These are somebody using one of the credit cards and charging these amounts using your tax dollars.
In an interview with reporter Tiffany, denied having credit card and insists that she went to Las Vegas but not using taxpayers' money.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
She also denied any managerial involvement or ownership of the foundation she created and donated taxpayer money to. She say she was just used as the face of the organization.
So I want to set the record straight. I don't have a foundation. I am a supporter of anybody that's struggling with cancer. My mom had breast cancer, and I'm always push anybody that has that. If someone uses my name to push their charity, or if you say this is Tiffany t-shirt, people gonna buy it. Because right now I'm considered what? Clickbait. People make money off of my name by views. So you just say my name.
You say you don't have a foundation.
I do not. And that's why I tell everybody, go do your research. I'm not on anything.
Well, no matter how convenient it would be, we can't exactly expect her to confess to all her crimes blindly. It would certainly make things easier for her, though, and less embarrassing. It's a matter of time before she's arrested either way, so let's sit tight and wait for the big day. That's it for now. Don't forget to tell us what you think in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.